Flames of War brings you the battles of World War II in epic 15mm scale. Go to the hub on beastsofwar.com to find news, tactics, and tutorials about the game. Venture into the dangerous dungeons of myth as a mighty hero and stand against the darkness. Visit the Myth Hub on beastsofwar.com and begin your story.
Hello and welcome to Drop Tactics. In this one, we're going to be looking at Firebirds, which are these awesome looking, like wasps, right here. Oh, there we go. Now, Simon, clearly they are a skimmer of some sort, or a flyer. What do they do? What do we need to be worried about?
Okay, these guys, they are fast, they are fragile, but they carry a potent sting. So actually, they're quite like a wasp.
Quite like a wasp, actually, yeah.
Yeah, they've basically got an incredibly short-range weapon. It's 6 inches. And it's only ever 6 inches. Its range is 6 inches.
Right.
It's energy 10, and it's one shot, which doesn't sound particularly good. But then you come to the special rule, which it has Devastator 2.
Right.
And for those of you that know Demolisher, which does double damage against buildings, Devastator 2 does double damage against vehicles.
So demolishers against buildings, devastators against vehicles.
Exactly. And so the way these work is you can get them close here, up close and personal, something with multiple damage points, because then you can basically strip those from it very easily.
Right, let's do it, okay?
Awesome.
Do they move fast as well?
Yeah, they move 20 inches. Ooh. Now they can only move 10 and fire, so they've got a 16-inch threat range. But the 20-inch move allows them to really get around the board and get where they need to be quickly.
Okay, how many dice then?
One shot each.
One shot each.
Generally hitting on a 3 or more. So it's not like the most. They're not the most accurate weapons. Most aircraft weapons tend to be 3 or more to hit.
Okay, I'll just reroll that.
That's 2 hits.
Okay, so 2 hits.
That's energy 10. In this case, the drone base is armor 7. So 2 or more to hurt it.
2 or more to hurt it. Okay, so that one's a single. And that one's a double.
So that would normally do 1 damage point, which then gets doubled to 2.
Yeah.
This one will do 2 damage points, which is doubled to 4.
Yeah.
You've just done 6 damage. And killed the entire drone base in one go.
Oh. Right. Okay. Let me start to mull this over. So we have a unit that can move up to 20 inches, but it can move up to 10 and fire.
Yes.
It is a proper tank killer, that one.
Proper tank killer. I mean, it's not going to... If you throw it in something with armor 10, it's not going to be bad, but it's only damaging on 5s. So if you're using it to shoot sort of something that's like a standard tank, something like a saber, it's armor 10, 1 damage point. It's 5s to kill it, and you don't... Double damage means nothing, it's only got 1 damage point.
Yes.
Now, against something like a Gladius, that's not a bad option, because the Gladius has 2 damage points. So yes, you need a 5 to hurt it, but if you roll that 5... you kill a whole tank.
Yes.
Which is sort of better trade than shooting something that's only got 1 damage point. But, you know, these guys are really better against things which have multiple damage points and medium armor to low armor. So things like these artillery pieces here, the Thor bombards for the PHR, they're armor 7, they've got 2 damage. You know, that's 2s to kill it. If you roll a 2, you kill the entire thing.
So it's more subtle than just a tank killer.
Yes, you don't want to go after the small number high armor.
Yeah. So what you're looking for is the larger, medium armor kind of multi-damage
things which are preferably armor 9 and lower.
What about the Hades?
Perfect example. I mean, it's armor 9.
Yeah.
So if these guys being energy 10, damage on a 4 or more. Now that's not too bad odds.
Yeah.
And if you roll those 4, it does 2 points every time.
Yeah.
And if you happen to roll the 6 and get really lucky, take 4 points off. That's a serious chunk off the Hades. So you've got 8. I mean, 8 is a phenomenal amount to begin with.
Yes.
But if you get lucky, you take 4 off and with 1 40-point fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking good.
Okay. Dealing with them then. They are a flyer, so obviously we're going to be starting to look at the anti-air type stuff. Are they fragile?
They're very fragile. They are armor 5. They have 1 damage point, which means that most anti-air tends to be energy 7. It's like the average.
Yeah.
Which means that they're on a 3 or more, you knock it out the air, it's dead. But these have what's called evasion. And evasion means that when you try and shoot at it, you're at +2 to hit. because it's got evasion 2. If you had evasion 3, it'd be add +3 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So these are evasion 2. So if you have a normal anti-air unit, say for example, the rapier.
Yep.
A rapier has 3 shots per rapier, hitting on a 3 or more.
Yeah.
So when you're shooting at one of these, you're actually hitting on a 5.
Ah.
Now, if you were to reaction fire against them, you'd suffer another +2. It would cap at 6.
Yeah.
And you'd be hitting them on 6s.
You'd be hitting on 6s. So how you move these guys is going to be kind of crucial. You know, it's all about the movement, which is a kind of a Shaltari thing anyway.
It is. Yeah.
Isn't
It's all
it?
about positioning and really outmaneuvering your opponent. And if you're trying to defend against them, you probably don't want to risk reaction firing unless you're against something which you're really scared of.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can set up some AA like these rapiers in a good position where they've got good lines of sight, the Firebird is going to have to risk coming through the AA coverage to get to its target. Because with a 6-inch range, it can't outrange you. If you can put your AA near your protective, near the things it wants to go after its targets, you're always going to have the option, if you want to take it, of reaction firing first.
Yeah.
Now, it is 6s. Let's say you've got a full squad of rapiers, that's 9 shots. You might get a hit. But unfortunately, on top of that, these are Shaltari. They have a passive 5+ save. So if you get your 6 or your 5 to hit, or whatever it is you need,
then they get a 5+ save.
Now, again, that's not guaranteed. Yeah, but it's kind of the gamblers.
But it starts to add up, doesn't it?
Yeah, and so this unit is really for the gambler, the one that likes to go for it, because if you go, you know what, I'm going to fly through all that AA coverage because these guys are awesome and they're going to survive, and you have that mental attitude that says they will survive. They might make it, and they probably will.
They will.
And then your opponent will be cursing you as these guys jink and weave through all this AA fire to land attacks on the target.
They look like so much fun. As an opponent playing against them, it seems to me that worrying about killing them is not necessarily my strategic approach. It should be getting my AA set up so as I can command where they're likely to go.
Yeah.
So I start to try and force an opponent into how I would prefer him to use them. But if he has courage, like
he'll fly through it anyway.
I'll just go for it.
At which point it comes down to the dice. You let the dice decide. 40 points each. So they're pretty affordable, but they're only 1 damage point each on a 6-inch range. So it's that.
And how do people play them, Simon? Do they swarm these things?
I mean, like most things in Drop Zone, you can't really spam units. It doesn't tend to work in your favour. I mean, I would take sort of 2 to 4 of them maybe, and have them as a roving pack. Like, and I wouldn't just throw the enemy for no reason. I'd hide and pause and then pounce when required to make your opponent worry and go, God, when's he going to send those in? And if he waits every turn, saving his AA to reaction fire against you, and you just choose to move closer, he's wasted his shooting for a turn because he's presumably not shot at something else. He's waited, gone, I've activated my rapiers, I'm going to leave them there, they're not going to fire, they're going to wait for you, then you never come. And you just slowly get closer and then
constantly shutting down.
And then eventually you go, you know what, I want to try and kill that thing. In they go.
If I was your opponent with these, I'd be the opponent from hell. Because all the time I'd be going really wind you up. Right. Right now, over at beastsofwar.com for our backstagers, we have another episode playing, and it's about the Samurai and Ronin for Shaltari. So do hop across, join backstage to come and check out that, because we're going to learn a whole bunch more. Simon, thank you.
My pleasure.
And thank you, guys. If you have any comments, questions, or ideas, stick them in the comments, and we'll get back to you.
Shall we see if you can go for the triple kill?
So that's these guys here's the Ronins.
Those two is the Ronin,
Okay. So how close do they need to be? 6 inches?
Within 12 inches.
Oh, within 12
technically,
inches.
these guys don't have countermeasures, so technically they can be infinite away.
Right, okay.
Because they use a Gauss weapon, and all Gauss weapons are fundamentally infinite range when used against something that doesn't have countermeasures.
So they get one shot
dice each, hitting on a 2 or more. A 3 hit.
It's time for 28mm World War II action. Will you recreate history or reshape it your way? On the Bolt Action Hub at beastsofwar.com. Become a general of mighty armies at the Kings of War Hub. Take command of elves, dwarves and orcs in this game of massed fantasy combat on beastsofwar.com.